Here are the 5 things that your feminine partner needs in a relationship. Hey, my name is Jim Vance. I am the Conscious Man. I help men master their power in their life, business, and relationship. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. And I just wanted to hop on here and drop this bomb for you. If you like what you hear, please double tap it, like it, subscribe, share. Just trying to grow this channel, get the knowledge out, help men around the world, and you can be a part of that for me. Um, the one thing that a lot of men haven't been taught is like what women need. And a lot of women, they convey a message, but it's not real clear. And so after years and years of working with men and years of talking to women and working with women with my wife, I've found out key things that every woman wants. And so I want to give that information out today because I think it's vital for men to understand how their woman receives them, how their woman needs from them, what their woman wants, and then how can you show up for that. And so I'm going to talk about 5 things that I think are vital as a man that will help you in your relationship with your partner and help you to understand how to be a better partner for your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, but also allow you to be more of yourself there. I think number one, and all of the things that, and I talk about this a lot, is your wife wants truth from you. I know it sounds weird as fuck, but they want raw, real truth. And this is something a lot of men struggle with. A lot of men struggle with the idea of what it means to be honest and real and truthful with their wife, because men are afraid of losing love. And so we operate from this fear that if we show them all that we are, if we tell them all of our truth, if we're completely honest with everything about ourselves, then at some point our partner is going to not like us. Our partner is going to find us not acceptable or not lovable. But the reality is the truth allows you to be more of you. Let me explain this because I think it's vital. When you are hiding behind lies or white lies or dishonesty or whatever, ambiguity, whatever you want to call it, you have to kind of shrink yourself down to fit into those places. And so you have to remember the stories that you've been telling yourself and telling your wife. You have to shrink yourself to fit into those places so that it keeps the story going and the lie going. And you can't honestly be you because you would never shrink yourself to fit into places. You would expand yourself in your power. And so when you're not hiding, when you're hiding behind lies, you have to shrink as a man. And when you shrink as a man, you lose trust, you lose integrity, you lose love, you lose appreciation, you lose respect because you're playing smaller than you have to because the lies you're telling shrink you down. And so what I encourage men and what I do with every one of my clients is we go through a truth audit of who they are. Like in that truth audit, like we break down every aspect of their fucking life to make sure that everything that they're doing and who they're being is standing in truth. Because when you're standing in truth, you have nothing else to hide. Like if you can call out all the bullshit about yourself, nobody can call out bullshit about you. And so the facts set you free in that capacity, and it allows you to be more of you because then you're no longer shrinking or hiding to fit into some person's narrative of you or to some narrative you created to hide behind. You can be all of you, an expansion of yourself, and allow your wife to love all of you. I think that's super important. So that's number one. Number two, your wife wants to feel certainty. Another good word for this is safety. And I think this is where a lot of men get confused. And so there are three levels of safety I'm going to talk about. Maybe 4. I'll do 3. The first one being physical safety. I think every man tends to lean so heavily on physical safety that they forget there's other parts of being safe. And so they're like, I provide physical safety. Yeah, I'll take care of you. I got you, boo. I got you. Okay. Like that's one aspect of safety. Like you being able to defend, protect, take care of, lock it down at the house. That's a beautiful thing. Respect it. Right. So that's physical safety. Number two is emotional safety. Like this is one that I know 95% of men struggle with. Like the ability to provide emotional safety for their wife because they don't have emotional safety with themselves. And so the idea that I need to provide safety for somebody else's emotions when I don't even understand or um, process my own emotions makes it difficult. So, like being safe for a woman, obviously, there's physical safety. Cool, great. That's awesome. That's part of the job. The second part of that job is emotional safety. And emotional safety gets you toward intimacy faster than any level of safety you can provide. So, if, like you are providing an emotionally safe place. And when I say emotionally safe place, that means that your wife can come to you with her emotions and you don't make her emotions mean something about you. And you hold space for her to fall apart and come back together again without you falling apart with her. That's emotional safety. And the third part of emotional safety is you understand your own emotions or are able to talk about them with her so that you're not just angrily outbursting upon the relationship all the time because you're unwilling to process the little shit going on in your life. That's emotional safety. All right. I would say the third part of safety for me would be um, spiritual safety, which is something not a lot of people talk about when it comes to your relationship, right? You got to have physical safety, you got to have emotional safety, you got to have spiritual safety. Like spiritual safety is that you allow your partner to go through their process with God themselves, and you're not trying to rule over their spiritual practice or their spiritual connection with God. A person needs the ability, the way I define spirituality is your relationship with God. The way I define religion is a mass movement toward a relationship with God through somebody else's eyes. And that's just my own definition. You can hate it or not like it. I don't care. That's just the way I view it. And so I'm very big on spiritual safety because spiritual safety is a space and an allowance for you and your partner to have your own individual relationship with God. And then you allow each other to build that relationship between you two. All right. I'd say a last part of safety, which is always important, financial safety, right? If you're unable to provide, or you're unable, or you're not making an effort to provide, or you are always waiting for somebody else to give you a handout to provide, you're going to break the certainty of the relationship. Your wife is not going to trust you that you can protect her or take care of her or the kids or the family or whatever. All right. Next thing I would say would be direct communication. I think the one thing that your wife needs more than you can ever imagine is your ability to speak directly to her. Not this ambiguity, beating around the bush type, you know, playing nice bullshit where you're pussifying your own voice so that you quote unquote don't offend her so that she takes love away from you is really your own insecurity with yourself. Because your wife desires direct communication. She wants to know what you need, what you want, what's going on. She wants to know how she's doing, what's going on with her, how she's showing up. I'm not saying being an asshole and a dick when you're communicating. I'm saying here's what I'm seeing and here's what I'm feeling. And I don't blame anybody for what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. It's just what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. You put it on the table and then she can tell you what she sees and what she feels, and then y'all could come together and create something together. But as long as you are being indirect with your communication, you're beating around the bush, you're being like this wanderer of words where you're not really saying anything, but you're saying shit. The more direct you can be, the more direction you can create for the relationship. It's super important. I think the fourth one I would say would be for me is She wants effort. She wants you to fucking make an effort in the relationship. She wants to feel like she is a priority. Time with her, quality time is a priority with her. She wants to know that you care about her a lot. She wants to know you think about her. She wants to know that you're going to make an effort to date her after y'all get married, after y'all have kids. Because the fucking kids go. Like in 18 years, I have 3 teenagers. In the next 3 years, 4 years, all my kids will be out of the house. Then it's just me and my wife. And so if I'm not making an effort to have a relationship with my wife, like a legit relationship, a friendship, a partnership, intimacy, whatever, then when the kids leave, I'm going to be in a house with a stranger. And it's super important that we make donations to that bank of the relationship every day. Like we're contributing. I'm depositing shit into that thing every day because I want the ROI to be great. If you're not putting a deposit into your relationship on a daily basis, you can't expect to extract anything from it that's going to be valuable to you. Your relationship requires work. Your relationship requires effort. Your relationship requires you to be bigger and better than you've ever been. The more your relationship evolves, the better you have to be at relating. Because your partner's getting better too. Your partner's growing. Your partner's expanding. So it's important for you to understand that if you want a relationship to be better, then she is going to expect effort from you to be better. And on the flip side of that coin, you should expect effort from her. If she wants you to show up with effort, she should show up with effort. Okay? And then the last part of this, I think that's super important that men should learn, is non-intimate physical affection. Non-intimate physical intimacy. What is that, Jim? What the fuck is non-intimate physical intimacy? It's physical touch without sex. I know us men, we're horny as fuck, and like we think when our wife touches us on the arm, it's time to like take our clothes off and do crazy shit. But the reality is, it's the non-intimate physical connection, physical intimacy that raises the temperature toward like sexual intimacy. Holding hands. Like my wife really loves when I run my fingers through her hair. It like melts her. Holding hands, tickling the inside of her arm. Putting your hand on her thigh. Putting your arm around her. Hugging her for no reason. It's the non-sexual physical intimacy that allows your partner to feel valued outside of sex physically. It's the idea that you're acknowledging her presence, you're acknowledging her beauty, you're acknowledging your desire for her physical body without needing to fuck her. It's because you see the beauty in all that she is. And I make this effort every damn day. Like I dote on my wife in her through how beautiful she is. I dote on her through physical touch without it meaning I have to have sex with her. It's just what she means to me and her energy does for my body. And so it's your ability to communicate this through your physical touch that, hey, I don't need to fuck you to show you my intimacy with you. I don't need to fuck you to show you how desiring I am of you in our relationship and our connection. Your wife needs these things. She's probably never said them, but I picked these up over time. So there's 5 beautiful things here. We'd love for you to take this, put it into practice, work on it. Leave some comments in the comments if you agree, you disagree. Share this with somebody that you know would need it. Because I promise you, this is something vital for men to grow into, to learn how to be better at. Relating is not something we're taught as men. It's something we have to learn the skill sets of. This is something I practice every day. It's something I teach men all around the world. If this is something that you want to learn more about, something that you want to grow into as a man, something that you desire to be better at, being better at you, being better at being a relator with your wife, being better at being a dad with your children. These are the things I work with men. I have probably 3 opportunities coming up here. Number 1, I have my masculine mastery, my foundational course for men to help them build the skill sets, the knowledge, the embodiment of what it takes to be the man in today's world that stands in his power in his life, business, and relationship. Also have a men's community called the Brotherhood, in which I teach in there every day. We have calls twice a month. And I do access to a lot of my master classes and some of my courses in there. So check that out. And then one-on-one. This is my most intimate setting where I work with men one-on-one from 3, 6, 12 months. And I get in your business. I get in your shit. And we work things out and we straighten the path and we walk the fucking walk every day. If any of those things sound amazing to you, check them out. Send me a message, click a comment below, and I'll get you links. But guys, I hope you love what you hear. If you did, share this out, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'll talk to you soon.